Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Troll Picks Only Esports. I'm your host with Loki Bear, Quetzalcoatl, and Loki Bear. Loki, how is your evening for today?
It is going very well. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have two teams who have been doing pretty well this season. Seventh week in to TPO Esports. Testy Culls versus Argonauts. And we're getting right
Yeah,
into the banning phase. I'm assuming here. Let's see, is it going? I think they're thinking.
if they're thinking about it.
All
Hey,
right,
go.
Loki, go ahead and run me down on what do you think is going to be happening tonight in this game here?
It's gonna be a bloodbath and a half.
And a half. Interesting, interesting.
Oh yeah. If I know both of these teams, there will be a lot of trolling. There will be a lot of fighting. Probably dancing, and I'm waiting for some Christmas skins because Bovine knows that I hate them.
Absolutely. All right. It looks like we are jumping into the banning phase. Testy Coles opting to ban Hecarim. Argonauts are going to respond here with a Zac. It looks like they don't want any deep divers in this game. Loki, what do you think about that?
I mean, I know for a fact that the Hecarim is geared right towards Red Eagle, so it's it's a good bin.
All right, good, good. Testicles following up with a Pike and Ari ban. Argonauts finishing out the first round bans with Seraphine and Singed. My goodness, to see a Singed ban, that means that Testicles knows what they're doing in the top lane.
Yes, Hugh has not been able to get singed at all this series.
Absolutely, I wouldn't give it any team their Singed if I saw it too. Testicles opting to start with their bottom lane pick, Jinx. Always a great first pick, Jinx. Hyper carry, just protect the carry, get her to the late game, Loki, and she'll carry
Yeah,
you to victory, right?
absolutely. Yeah, Jinx is a great pick.
Argonauts
Oh
responding with a
no.
Blitzcrank. They definitely want to make sure that Jinx has to play extra careful in the bot lane. Blitzcrank's going to make sure that Jinx is on her P's and Q's while she's trying to farm and poke at the same time. Blitzcrank, who are we gonna pair you up with? It could be a jungle pick here, definitely. If they opted for a
Oh
mid
yeah.
pick here, it would be a disastrous for Argonauts.
That's definitely one of tactical baptisms go to.
And it's a Sejuani pick, so the support and the jungler has been picked. Uh, Loki, who do you think Jinx would be the best partner to be paired up with?
Hmm. I would say maybe a Braum, maybe
A
Lulu.
Braum, I would agree. A Braum or a Lulu. Braum can dive in with the Jinx in case she does get pulled. He would be able to peel her off. But instead of a Braum, something
We're
even
seeing
better,
Alistair.
an Alistar. I have not seen an Alistar too often in the competitive scene. Alistar will always be an amazing support pick.
Oh
Can
yes,
engage and appeal, and a great diver. So if Testicles were going this route, Alistar would be an amazing partner with whatever other diving champions they would have. But Sejuani has already been paired up with a Blitzcrank. That means that she does have help with stacking up her passive. Loki, I'm a little
yes.
scared now. Testicles with the Wukong, so they do have peel and engage. I feel a little better now about this comp. Feel a little better.
I mean, like you should be very afraid. This is your first time casting with us, and you're about to go into like the two bloodiest teams. So
Oh, I can imagine both teams are not afraid to go in. It looks like here, and we have a Jace pick in the top lane for Argonauts. My God,
that is
there
a
is.
Jace mid.
Oh, Jace mid. I was going to say they do not care. Damage all around. So
That's what my best gonna be.
we do have two champions that will be able to proc Sejuani's passive. So that means that she does have uh a bit of instant CC if they play their cards right when she ganks. Now we're going into the second round bans. Loki, what are we expecting here in these rounds and these bans?
Oof. Honestly, I don't know. What was that band that we missed? Bovine and Bash to get bashed. Okay.
Well, Testicles
Um,
has picked Silas as a band. No one likes Silas in the game. No one.
okay. All right. I would say maybe a Garen band
I mean,
would be
absolutely.
safe.
Garen would never. Garen is a very good split pusher, and if he gets enough items, he just blow you up no matter how tanky you are. Right now, Argonauts have responded with a Malphite ban, followed with Testicles with Urgot. Urgot has always been a very strong type laner,
Oh my
in my
gosh,
understanding, for
yes.
silver and gold elo type competitions. And right now, it looks like Argonaut has lost a ban for their final banning phase.
Yeah, it was a bug.
Oh, I see. I understand.
I was
Now
like,
let's see here. Argonauts have finally chosen their ADC. It's going to be Blitzcrank and Kaisa in the bot lane. Uh, with Testicles now rounding up their final round picks, with Argonauts having a counter pick, which is very nice. It's looking like it might be a top pick counter. Testicles having 5 seconds left on the clock to get their final two picks. It's going to be a Scion top lane. Absolutely.
interesting.
So far, Testicles looking extremely beefy.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on how Wukong builds, this might be the dream protected carry comp. Loki, what do you think?
That's actually like what I was gonna say was they're going for the protect the carry comp. Whereas Argonauts has Blitzcrank and Kaisa, but or I mean the Lissandra's a good pick.
Lissandra is going to round out Testicles comp. It's looking like Lissandra will be setting up the team to go in. So whoever she picks off, everyone else will probably follow up with their CC. Now Argonauts have the counter pick top, and it's looking like they're hovering Cho'Gath. Will it be their pick?
So
Cho'Gath versus Scion will be Meatball versus Meatball, and we all enjoy seeing those. And it is. Cho'Gath will be the final pick for Argonauts, Loki. I am excited. I do love Meatball versus Meatball top lane. Just need a little
yes.
spigot of spaghetti, and it'll be the perfect meal. Mwah.
This comp that Argonauts drafted is going to be terrifying because Mike on any hook champions, or tactical baptism as I'm supposed to call him, is is very terrifying. He's great at landing those hooks, and as a Kai'Sa player, I know that paired up with a Blitzcrank can just be detrimental to the other team. So it's going to be really up to Testicles to protect Jinx from both the Blitz and the Kai'Sa. Shut him down
Absolutely.
early.
Absolutely. If Jinx does not go cleanse, she will be in the world of hurt. Now,
Yeah.
Loki, as we're going down the picks and the bans officially in client, let's go ahead and talk about the lane matchups and all the comps and everything. So starting in the top lane, Sion versus Cho'Gath. In an isolated 1v1, walk me through the laning phase. What do you think is gonna happen?
Um, I think I honestly think that Cho'Gath or not Cho'Gath, Sion has the upper hand here. I mean, I guess the saying that Jim always says is you either fight God or you become God as Sion.
Absolutely, absolutely. Do you think Cho'Gath has any chance whatsoever? Perhaps if he lands certain spells correctly, his E Vorpal spikes does have a HP max HP damage. So early he could whittle down the Scion if he plays his cards right. What do you think?
If he plays the lane right, yes. I do think that he has the capability to shut down the Sion or at least keep him at bay. But really, it's going to be up to each top laner to have to um blah, blah, how well they can perform in the laning phase.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's go ahead and jump through the middle lane. We're just going to pass jungle for the moment. Middle lane, we have Lissandra versus Jace. This is a very interesting matchup, Loki. What do you think?
So I don't normally see Jace played a whole lot. I'm a Lysandra fan, and the mid laner from Testy Culls is someone that I'm fairly like new to, so I don't really know what that matchup is gonna be like. But do you know that Bovine wakes up and chooses violence? So I'm guessing that he's gonna play very aggressive.
Absolutely. I would expect that Jace is a magnificent AD caster. Him along with Pantheon, those two individuals in the mid lane are, not meta picks, but they're very good for what they need to do. And
Yeah.
absolutely, if Jace plays his cards right and catches out the Lissandra, he will blow her up. Going to the bot lane now, we have
Ooh.
Kaisa Blitzcrank versus Jinx Alistar. So let me go ahead and just get this question out of the way. Will Alistar do the job necessary to protect the Jinx?
I mean, we better hope so.
I mean,
Uh,
absolutely.
I honestly like. I know that Jinx is not going to win early. Jinx is a late game champ, so I'll see you at the 40-minute mark. But Kai'Sa does have that early damage. I think that if Blitzcrank sets her up correctly, she'll be able to scale harder than or faster than the Jinx will. But I'm kind of hoping that Alistair's able to shut this Blitzcrank down.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, jumping way back up, jungler versus jungler, Wukong versus Sejuani. Now, the reason I said it last is because Wukong and Sejuani are going to be the catalyst that tips the scales for top, mid, and bottom lane. So let's start champions first. No player skill, champions in the comp. What do you think? Wukong versus Sejuani.
Oh, I think Wukong wins hands down.
Absolutely, you're gonna have to defend it here because I'm actually at a crossroads here with you. So why Wukong?
Um, I have personally seen this team alt a Wukong clone several times.
Hitting the S button, fooling them, and then hitting the W, and they're like, "Oh, where the hell he go?"
Yeah, so I mean, he's got the clone. Sejuani, I mean, I literally just played her last night, and she is strong, but if you can't get on top quick enough, then you're gonna fall behind.
Absolutely, I do understand what you're saying. However, just to remind you, Sejuani does have three other targets or three other helping hands to ramp up her passive to get everyone stunned up for her E, and then she does have the ability to layer CC. And
Oh yeah.
right now, what I see is that Testicles and Argonauts do have opportunities to have their CC come out instantaneously for peeling or for
Mm-hmm.
engage. Primarily, Argonauts, the way their CC is set up, it's all engage. It's no disengage.
Yeah.
If it's looking like if Argonauts go in and don't blow up Testicles, they will lose. So
I think you are correct. If they don't go in and blow them up, then they pretty much scale harder than they do.
now, with the champions and the comps out of the way, for each team on testicles first, what player is should we keep our eye on?
I'm going to say Balkuzi.
Balkuzi, that will be the
Mm-hmm.
support player. He does have
Yeah.
a giant. He does have an enormous job, like we said, to
Yeah.
protect the Jinx and to be one of the shot callers for Engage. Not to say that he's going to tell everyone what to do, but if the opportunity arises, he does have to perform both engage and disengage. And what about on Argonauts?
Mm, you know, I'm gonna say test or tactical baptism because honestly, you have two supports that are roaming, two
That's
roaming supports, and ones that are either gonna knock you up or they're gonna hook you in. So you can
that's
take your
very
pick what you want to do.
That's true. It looks like they'll be playing the game of who gets mobility boots first, and then who can get around the map faster. This game, as you said, it will be bloody. It is who can get to where first, who can get to certain objectives first, who can set up wards, deny vision first. It feels like almost like an LPL game. Who can do it faster, better? You
Yes,
know. Well,
absolutely.
we do have 25 seconds on the clock. Loki, anything to say before we jump right into the game?
Actually, we're just gonna take a quick spectator delay before we go into the game. So just hang tight, and we will be right back in just a few moments.
We'll see everyone later.
All I do is work, hustle, grind, hard. I ain't never gonna stop, nah. All I do is work, hustle, grind, hard. Level up until I drop, yeah. Independent grind, got no A&R. They used to tell me I would never make it far, but this vivid vision in my head is razor sharp. So much weight on my shoulder, I'ma raise the bar. Cincinnati flow, watch me crack the code. Sick and savage mode, might just catch a cold. Count my money up, yup, on my Casio. Give me a bag of dough and I'ma bounce, adios. Everybody know what comes around goes around. Middle fingers up when I feel broken down. My ribs are touching, I can hear my stomach growl. Make no bones about it. Yeah, I've been sleeping on a bed of thorns. I can see the exit door. Take me out this mental ward. Check the weapon drawer. Life's a checkerboard. It's time to settle scores. That ain't just a metaphor. I be rocking my shows and I pop the cork. Got my pockets on swole, cause my profits soar. Better lock your doors, cause I'm like the god of war. Ripping out your rotten core. Y'all are fake across the board. Y'all too savage. I keep it moving cause I got flow. Trying to dodge every pothole. I'm a rapping version of Picasso. Invest everything that I got, so I chip in my cheese like nachos. Bet on myself and hit the lotto. Estoy algo cansado, así quiet. Everybody know what comes around goes around. Middle fingers up when I feel broken down. My ribs are touching, I can hear my stomach growl. Make no bones about it.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to TPO Esports Week 7. Testicles versus Argonauts. Loki, we are back. Loki, I'm very scared as I see these two teams are gonna go head to head. Both
Oh yeah.
comps very eager to just jump in at each other and see
Oh
who
yeah.
can go down first. And right now we see, look at that. Of course, if you have a
They know.
blitzcrank, why not? Why not set yourself up for that cheeky little pool?
Yeah, and like they know that there's a blitzcrank there, so they're like, yeah, I don't think so. First, we're gonna back up here.
Absolutely. It's looking like testicles are doing a sort of halfway 5 point. So whose ward was that? Oh, everyone dropped their ward. I'm assuming it's the Lissandra's ward there, who probably sought out all those wards that Argonauts dropped. So Lissandra and the support are not gonna have the wards early game, probably until maybe 3 minutes in. Loki. So just to kind of get a sense of what the team should be doing. Who do you think the jungler should be focusing in the early game?
Honestly, I would say bot lane because you don't really need to focus tanks.
I mean, that's very true. That's very true. Um, I would say, in addition to that, if the junglers do have the angles, mid lane would be an absolute must. Just there,
Yeah.
the Jace was going in on the Lissandra. Like you said, Bovine Basher is not afraid to jump in and do the damage.
No, he's not.
So hopefully the junglers will be able to be at the right place at the right time. So far, the lanes are looking a bit even. The CS are back and forth, and we have absolutely the two meatballs going in. Cho'Gath making sure Sion knows his place. Sion already at 60% health. Cho'Gath does not care either.
Yeah,
The-
no.
So Loki, while we're looking at this game real quick, as you see here in the bot lane, the Blitzcrank and the Kaisa doing their job. The Blitzcrank making sure that he is pressuring the heck out of the Jinx.
Yep. I think that the biggest game changer for Testicles is going to be their vision. With a Blitzcrank, you need lots of vision.
Whoa, oh, here we go. We have the Wukong already invading the Sejuani. Sejuani getting really low. Sejuani is about to go out, and Wukong takes out the Sejuani. First blood. The Cho'Gath was trying to respond, but he was very late. The Wukong already off to a great start. It's looking like Red Eagle did not want to utilize their flash. Good on them. Blitzcrank getting the hook right onto the Jinx. Jinx trying to walk out. The Knight taking her down. The shield was not enough. And second blood goes down to the Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank doing exactly what he was picked to do. Grabbing the Jinx up and making sure that she does not get ahead anytime soon. Loki, it's looking like Argonauts' plan is working in the bot lane.
Yep. I mean, like, I knew that the Blitzcrank was going to be an issue. I'm just hoping that, I don't know, like, when Alistair starts to do his little heal thing, but it just wasn't enough to save Jinx in that fight. Oh, no.
Well, hold on. The Sejuani going in onto the Lissandra. Lissandra's able to get out of the way, and Wukong as well get out of the way. Unfortunately, the Jace and the Sejuani both are were the only ones to get really low, so that is unfortunate. Well, looks like you were correct. The Wukong was able to get ahead of the Sejuani, and now if he does place his cards right, will be able to utilize that lead to push his team ahead. Any
I'm
comment
surprised at this Sejuani pick from Red Eagle. I know that Red Eagle plays Sejuani, but he has other champs in his pool that I think may have worked like better in his favor. But I still think he can come back from this. She's just gotta make sure that she's got vision down before she goes in for an invade.
I can understand that perhaps Argonauts realized that they weren't going to get ahead in the jungle area. We have the jungler, Red Eagle, coming in. Sion's trying to get out, but he has to flash. Red Eagle follows up with a Q flash, and here comes the Sion. He goes down. He does. The Cho'Gath manages to get the last hit, and down goes Quay Janes. It's looking like Argonauts are doing an amazing job. A kill at the bot lane and a kill in the top lane. Cho'Gath will be the bigger meatball in the top lane so far. Loki, as we were saying before, it's looking like it's looking like, as we said, Testicles are not utilizing their engage. They're more focused on protect the carry. With Argonauts going all in, there is no exit.
Yep. And they're definitely kind of lacking in the vision area. They don't have enough vision down for having a Blitzcrank on the enemy team.
Absolutely. Bot lane not utilizing a lot of their vision. Their vision not really available. Jinx in the bot lane, the only one really having a yellow trinket. And they have not backed yet, other than the Jinx death. So all they're going to have, hopefully their communication is solid in the bot lane to really seek out where the Blitzcrank is moving. And we have the Argonauts bot lane backing. Loki, this game is becoming a slow, stagnant stagnant play with Argonauts slightly in the lead, just about 500 gold ahead. Uh-oh, the Scion not respecting the Cho'Gath and to ult out. I'm assuming that he was able to push in the wave, is now backing to get what he needs. Preferably looks like Bomby Cinder. Nope. He opted to go Giant Spelt instead. Again, this is a very slow burn game. Argonauts was ahead. They were able to eke out 2 kills, and now it's slowing down. Do you think this is optimal for either team to go ahead and have this game go out in a I guess, whittling down here until the Blitzcrank pulls the Jinx? The Alistar doing his job, pushing away the Kai'Sa. The Kai'Sa is not able to push down the damage. The Jinx is able to survive. Alistar is doing his job. He's able to get paid finally, having his ADC survive. As I was saying before, before that pool there, do you think the tempo slowing down is optimal for either team?
I mean, I don't know if it's optimal or not, but like it's definitely unlike the team, like unlike Argonauts at least. I know Testicles had a bit of a roster change up, so it may just be players getting used to each other.
Look at this, the Blitzcrank pulling in his targets. Both Alistar and Jinx are not respecting those pools, and we have the mid laner Jace is looking up at EQ. Bam! Down goes the Alistar. Oh no, the Jinx is getting pushed around. A sweet turret dive, and the Blitz is able to get the last bit of damage out before he has to flash. The Sejuani catches out the Lissandra. We have Testicles just getting caught in the bot lane. Wukong have the ult. Hopefully he's able to get out. The Lissandra is able to get a response kill onto the Kai'Sa. Unexpected, I'm sure. And then we have the Blitzcrank finally taking down the Lissandra. We have a 1-for-1 in the bot lane. Argonauts getting a overall advantage, being able to get the dragon and 2 kills. Loki, that was absolutely expected and unexpected. These type of games, the tempo fluctuates. It was very low up until the fight in the bot lane. Thank goodness the Argonauts were able to recoup against the tempo and call for that dive in the bot lane. Do you think we will see some more of that again?
Oh, absolutely. This is just getting started.
Oh, absolutely.
I'd like to see some kills go on the AD carry.
We have the Blitzcrank trying. The Blitzcrank was trying to disrespect the Testicles bot lane, just walking up, but the Alistar does not have it and pushes him away. Curiously enough, we have the Blitzcrank going AP, so he is absolutely going to hurt every time he touches anybody.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I prefer tanks over AP, but I know that that's just my preference.
I'm assuming Argonauts realizing that they're able to get a lot of consistent pulls or opting for damage rather than tank. Blitzcrank has only missed a couple of pulls, and each pulls that he has done has turned into kills.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Oh, and no, I figured that Mike was going to roam early, so Tactical Baptism, Blitzcrank, is gonna be now just leaving Kai'Sa in a solo lane.
Let's see here. We do have a lot of the towers still standing. Some of them has lost a shield already, but we do have 3 people in the top Rain River. The Blitzcrank is roaming. The Wukong manages to clone out of the way, but the Cho'Gath is able to catch him. The Sejuani jumps right in, but the Wukong is trying to get out. Everyone's in the top lane minus the ADC. The Wukong gets caught out by the Sejuani ult, and down goes the Wukong, goes over the Cho'Gath. But now we have the support and the mid laner Tacticals trying to get out of the way. They're trying to help the Wukong, but instead of get caught and return, the Alistar has to blow flash and ult, but still goes down, takes an ignite. Who takes the kill? Is he able to get out? No, unfortunately, he decides to save his Lissandra. Headbutts the Jace, and Jace gets the kill. So we have a Jace 3-0 and a Cho'Gath 2-0 top lane. This is not looking good for Testicles so far, Loki.
No, it's not. I do believe in comebacks.
It would be a wonderful Cinderella story.
It would be. I just feel like there's not enough on top lane to fight this Cho'Gath.
I mean, he has
He's
gotten
very
ahead over
behind.
Scion. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it seems to be a catch. This girl. Oh, did the no? He didn't. The Wukong was trying to steal
Oh.
the Herald, but the Sejuani did have the quicker trigger finger and was able to get it out. And Sejuani just walks out. No
No.
respecting the Wukong.
Nope.
So
He's like,
far,
I'm done with you.
so far the caster curse has happened. The tempo has gotten low, and suddenly it has exploded in the favor of Argonauts. Loki, this is looking very unfortunate for the Testicles team. What do you think they need to do to kind of turn this around in their favor?
I think Hugh Janus up in the top lane just needs to focus on farming. Lysandra, I think he might have just been like an off tech into a Jace.
We do
But I
have the
do-
Alistar finally going in onto the
do.
Kaisa. Kaisa drops the exhaust on top of her, but no, she
Oh.
doesn't go down. Instead, the ADC on Testicle size does go down. The Blitzcrank was like, I'm not having it, decides to drop an ignite and pull an exhaust and everything on the board onto her. And it's looking like Testicles was trying to get it in a play, and instead the play was turned around on them with Herald being dropped from Red Eagle. It's looking like the first tower may go down, but instead they weren't respecting the Blitzcrank's engage distance, and down goes the Wukong, down goes the mid laner, and ultimately, very slowly, down goes the Alistar, and down goes first turret. And so far, a very unfortunate 3-0 in the mid lane. Testicles just not respecting the Blitzcrank engage.
Yeah. They don't have the vision set up to like even see that he's coming. I mean, this is just it's a rough game.
Absolutely. Testicles are not trying. Hold on. The Kaisa's going in on the Jinx, not respecting her at all. Jinx is not able to do too much. She's able to flash out of the way. Who is going to get out on top? Kaisa's not able to finish the kills, tries to get out, but the Wukong seeks her out, and down goes the Kaisa. Unfortunately, Kaisa is 0-3. Well, both ADCs are 0-3. Kaisa doing a little bit more, 0-3 and 4, but the Wukong was able to pick up that kill. So not all is lost for Testy Culls. All they have to do, like you said, Loki, is put down the vision and not disrespect the way they path. Because if they path the wrong way and do not know where the Blitzcrank is, that could turn into a potential kill for the Argonauts.
Oh, absolutely, it could.
So-
Yeah, Tracker, holy Blitzcrank. Yes.
So currently, it is now Testicles 4 kills, Argonauts 11. One tower on the side of Argonauts. Currently, 2 dragons down on the side for Argonauts. So far, as we can see, they're 7k up in gold. But well, now currently 6. At this point in the game, I could say Argonauts are in the driver's seat so far. Like you said, there is a potential for Testicles to turn it around.
Oh, yeah.
All they have to do is make sure they are in the right place at the right time. Currently, the next dragon is not up for another 3.5 minutes. So, in my assumption here, the tempo will slow back down. Loki, we have a potential engage here with the Sejuani going right on top of the Scion. Scion is just trying to walk out, but Sejuani was able to put down her first CC. The Cho'Gath is wonderfully following up the CC. Scion has to flash, and he manages to ult and eats the Sejuani ult, but again, he's unstoppable. And we have the Jace roaming down to the bot lane. Is he able to get down? Yes, the Jinx manages to put down her trap. The Alistar playing fancy feet was able to dodge the Blitzcrank hook. Pops the ult to survive the Jace damage, and they managed to walk out. But unfortunately here, the Scion was getting low. He didn't ult all the way out back home, and now he's getting dived right underneath his turret. The Sejuani was able to put down the CC, and down goes the Scion. Kill going over to the Cho'Gath. This is my very first time seeing a Cho'Gath getting a lot of success in the top lane. The Sejuani pick looking like it is very good. Again, her passive being able to stack up very quickly. Loki, I'm a little nervous for the Testicles team.
Yeah.
Wukong going in, ult on top. He was going back out, but Alistar follows up with the Wukong going, you know what? Why not? But Wukong, the Alistar gets pulled by the Blitz. Blitz has to walk out, and someone blew Ghost. Oh, it was the Jinx. Jinx got excited. Not her passive,
Yeah.
but to get more kills. Woo! Loki,
Yeah.
this team is this game is going back and forth really quick. The tempo picking up and going back down. What can we say so far for the Testy Culls teams? They're getting pushed in, Loki. What do they need to do to recover? We need to get them an escape plan, an alternative plan for them to be able to recover. What do you think they need to be doing here?
They need to fight. Like they need to go for picks right now.
Absolutely. Unfortunately,
Before
Blitzcrank
objectives. Oh Jesus.
Blitzcrank is the one doing the picks instead. He fears
Exactly.
no man whatsoever. My goodness, instead of a tank build, he does have I keep forgetting these item names.
Everfrost.
He does have the Everfrost, so he wants to make sure whoever he pulls has nowhere to go no matter what they do. So that's going to be one scary engage that Testicles will have to respect at all times.
Oh, absolutely.
Currently, we have Argonauts taking down the Herald. Testicles trying to get in, but they're getting blocked off. The Jace gets caught out by the Alistar. Alistar, it's unfortunately headbutts Jace the wrong way. And now we have the sign going in. It's just a massacre so far. But hold on, we have the Wukong going in, followed up by the Jinx ult. Will they be able to? Who's coming out on top? The Kai'Sa has to flash out, barely living. And right now we have the Testicles team getting pushed out. The Argonauts team getting CC'd wholeheartedly, but now Testicles are getting picked off one by one. And it's going to be a clean, almost a clean ace by the Argonauts. Everyone getting super low, not dropping one member on their side. Kills 5-17. Now the Argonauts team has space to push down the mint game. Holy Blitzcrank.
Yeah.
Loki.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if there is a coming back from this one, but there is the opportunity to have this go to a third game if Testicle can pull out the right bands against Argonauts.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, I'm one of those individuals that says that the game's not over till the Nexus falls.
Yeah.
Perhaps Testicles could slow down the game. You know, to get the resources they need to build the items, they might have to give up even more. Hold on, the Blitzcrank was trying to walk out, but the Lissandra said, "Hey, come here, buddy," and down goes the Blitzcrank. So
that's a big shutdown.
they traded Dragon for the Blitzcrank. Thankfully, the right person was able to get the shutdown. The Lissandra will go back to base, happy as heck. Hopefully, be able to finish off another half of an item. So far, is looking like the vision game is not as prevalent as it should be.
Yeah.
Both teams' vision kind of scattered around the map, with Argonauts not doing a lot of vision work, and Testicles, unfortunately, since they are behind, their vision line is going to be in the river and in their own jungle. They want to make sure they see any member of Argonauts walking in, and they're able to ping it out. Loki, it's looking like so far the Baron might be a call here for the Argonauts. You can see the support kind of hovering, trying to clear vision here. Hold on, a blind hook over the wall. His spider senses were tingling and pulls the Alistar. Alistar has the bop ult. He's trying to put down the CC as best as possible. Wukong following up, and now they have to walk away. But the Wukong flashes on top of them, and now everyone's going down on the side of Argonauts. Down goes the ADC, and down goes the Blitzcrank. And we're flashing over to the bot lane for a quick reprieve, and back to the mid lane here. The Alistar almost going down to the Jace. That is quite unfortunate for the side of Argonauts. Testicles are able to pick up a couple kills, so that they are staying afloat. A nice bit of gold collection on their side. Hopefully they can get more items off of that.
Whew. Oh, absolutely. They just needed that, like, a little extra gold into their pockets, and
A
I
little
feel like
bit
they
of
just
extra oomph, right?
yeah. So I just feel like they weren't able to get that due to just how aggressive Blitzcrank was pretty much for most of the game. It did put them back in the game, but not in the lead.
Absolutely, like we said, if they're able to control the tempo and stabilize, give up a couple of resources here and there to be able to get those items that they need, they might have a fighting chance. The biggest challenge, I believe, Loki, is making sure Argonauts don't get on the Baron and
Oh yeah.
finish it. Testicles have to make sure they keep vision in
Oh
that.
my
What?
god.
Hold on, the Alistar gets picked off. The Blitzcrank is like, "Come here, buddy. There's
Oh
no clear
my
vision for
god.
you." And the Kaisa is finally able to get on the board. First kill off of the Alistar, and unfortunately, their big beefy tank goes down because the other one's in the bot lane, and Argonauts, unfortunately, cast the curse, starts onto the Baron, and the whole of Testicles just doing a goon squad onto the Cho'Gath. So they're trading a Baron for a kill on the top laner, but that's all they could do. They couldn't safely walk into the river, so they opted to get the side laner. Loki, this just looks like a done game so far.
It kind of does. I was kind of like wanting to kind of like hype up testicles, but I'm kind of thinking this game's gonna go to Argonauts here.
I mean, so far, yes. You never, I've seen games, you've seen games, we played games where comeback was impossible, and yet the one miracle play turned it all around. So far that could happen, but right now, Argonauts are speeding their way to victory, pushing out
Yeah.
the bot lane with their Baron buff. Uh, the Testicles teams. Oh, here we go. A flash EQ combo onto the Kaisa. Kaisa's trying to walk out, but unfortunately she's not up. She ults out to the side, just out of reach, and she flashes and heals out of the way of the Alistar and the Wukong, and Sejuani was able to be there to save her. Zion, unfortunately, caught on the turret, is trying to walk out and ult onto the Jace, but instead he gets turned around. The Lissandra can only watch in fear as her teammate gets taken out. And now instead of walking away, she's just dancing around. But we have the Alistar going onto the Jace, the Wukong following up and takes down the Jace. 1-2 Q on top of him. But Argonauts
No,
are
the
taking down the
beast.
mid lane. Is able to take the first mid lane, the first inhibitor in the mid lane and takes a swift exit into Hex Gates. Towards
I
the
hate
top
those
side.
hex decades. I really do.
So,
It does
so
look like
far-
the another Drake is coming up in like 5 seconds, which if it goes over to Argonauts is soul point.
It is unfortunately a soul point for the Air Drake. The Wukong able to get a little bit of damage onto the wall. The Wukong
what?
going on a solo dolo mission. Now instead of going into the gauge and trying to utilize the idea he had, he gets caught up by the Blitzcrank and the whole team. Wukong, why? Why Wukong? Why? Unfortunately, he goes down. Kaisa gets her
Oh my
second
goodness.
kill. Now the Argonauts have no reason to fear. They're able to take down the jungler. This Hex Dragon is squarely theirs. Able
Yep.
to get a beautiful Hex Drake as their prize. And now every time they touch someone, electricity comes out and it hurts them,
Yeah.
and it's very sad. So
Yes.
now we have 4 dragons and a Baron on the side of Argonauts, and Testicles trying their best to hold out on their base, but so far not so good. Loki, let's talk about game 2. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I mean at this point, like we got Baron up in 3 minutes. There's not much that I think Testicles can do to come back from like there's a 10,000 gold lead. But
Absolutely.
it's sold. So
So right now we have Lissandra getting caught up by the Cho'Gath. Oh, he has to flash, but here comes
Oh,
the
no.
Kaisa picking up the kill, and the mid laner goes down. No Kaisa. Baron was up in 2.5 minutes, but hopefully you got enough gold to do something. Right now, currently,
oh god.
Testicles are struggling to get vision down into their jungle, and they're doing their best to keep the vision out of their base, but Blitzcrank just doing his darndest to make sure that all the vision is clear, so his team is able to push up in the fog of war after taking down a turret. Loki, this could be the fight right here. The Alistar gets get pulled. He ults and he CCs the entire team. The Jinx doing her best to go ahead and lay down the damage behind her team. Oh, the Alistar gets re-engaged upon, and down goes Alistar. Cho'Gath and the Sejuani is able to layer the CC to make sure he goes down. The Scion is trying his best to be a front line, but unfortunately, whoa, the Wukong does get pulled. The Wukong clone, excuse me. And now they're trying to take down the top tier 1 turret, but the Sejuani is able to lay down the ult onto the Jinx. The Jinx goes down. The Cho'Gath and the Kai'Sa and everyone else is just piling into the blue side base, and Sana is the last to go down because he has a lot of HP. So far, Testy Culls is not able to get the comeback that they wanted, and Argonauts is squarely in the lead with taking down the entire base. And unfortunately, like I said, the game does not end until the Nexus falls. And right now,
Argonauts
is able to take their first victory in this best of 3.
Yes.
Whew. Loki, you did
That was
warn
a
us.
game.
You did warn us it was going to get bloody real quick.
Yep. I did say it was going to be bloody. Yes.
So,
Jim.
with game 1 down, Argonauts is the victor. Right now, the VIP so far is going to be the Cho'Gath in the top lane and the Jace primarily, but we all know everyone can do the damage they can do. It takes real skill to be the beefy meatball in the front. To absorb all that damage.
Meatball, yes. I know. I have to give credit to the Blitzcrank. I mean, he was like pivotal in most of those fights.
Absolutely, Blitzcrank doing his job, grabbing everyone and making sure they don't leave his side, so his team can pick up the kills. Uh, Testicles did not respect, did engage distance that Argonauts was able to do. If you were within one screen of Blitzcrank, you got to make sure there's either a Scion and Alistar in front of you or a minion wave, or else you're gonna go down.
Absolutely. Yeah, no. I mean, this is kind of like what I expected, giving when we give tactical baptism hook champions.
So, and for game 2, Loki, what kind of bands should we see in this game 2?
I would say get rid of the Blitzcrank.
I mean, of course.
I think that like I would say a Cho'Gath is a safe ban, but I think there are other champions that they would have to worry about. But I would say get rid of Blitzcrank, get rid of Thresh. Those are 2 champions that tactical baptism is very, very scary on, and just something you don't want to give him. Oops, I don't want to send him a message. Try to get everybody into the slappy.
I can definitely agree with that. We don't want any champions that tactical baptism is comfortable on. In addition to that, I do want to say that Testicles mid laner was trying to go blow for blow with the Jace, but unfortunately, Lissandra is a slow startup. Majority of her champion identity is just laying down CC. The Wukong fortunately was not around to be able to capitalize on that and get kills off of the Jace like you said, focusing on farming, trying to engage on the Sejuani and get kills for the bot lane. But you know, this time around, maybe Testicles should consider putting more of a damage oriented champion on the mid laner. What do you think?
I think damage on the mid laner would be a good start. But just I think the support was just a little bit. I don't know if I would pick Alistair, for being honest, into a Blitzcrank. I know that he does he's supposed to counter it, but I do think that there were other picks that he could have gone that maybe would have been more impactful, but really, like, Blitzcrank was able to roam, and once he roamed, there wasn't enough vision down to stop him from creating chaos.
I could definitely relate. I think the hover on the Braum might have been the better pick. Kind of, not an engaged champion per se, but his engaged distance does match the Blitzcrank. So the Braum would not have put himself in harm's way to allow an engaged window for his team.
Yeah.
So far,
we get the spectator link? No.
so far, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to set up game number 2 of Testicles versus the Argonauts, making sure everything is good to go before we give before we are given the go ahead. Here, Wizard, are we almost there? Awesome.
Yes. You're a wizard. I like it. I like it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the bands are about to go down. Yep, we are starting in a moment here. Making sure everyone is engaged. Alrighty. And the go ahead is almost there.
We's ready.
Alrighty, and it has begun. Testicles are getting the. I'm assuming the first pick, the first ban here. Nope. Here we go. Argonauts starting us off. Thank goodness. Again, same bands. They don't want that deep dive. That going down, but the Jinx going down as well, followed by a Singe. It's looking like they are almost the same bands, except with the Jinx. Testicles saying if we didn't succeed on the Jinx, you're definitely not going to succeed on the Jinx. Finishing off with a Seraphine. And there it is. 2 hook champions down.
Pike? Why ban Pike? I'm so confused.
I mean, he is a hook champion. We don't want tactical. Excuse me, the support player getting on any hook champions. Right now, we have Argonauts getting their first pick. What is their priority here? You have 3 seconds on the clock. Zaya, so there should be a lot of discussion on Testicle's side. What do you think, Loki?
I personally am not a Zaya fan right now. I think that she is not as strong as she used to be. But I mean, she still works, but just not my biggest fan. I think right now, honestly, into her, Zeri is not a bad pick actually.
Testicles responding with a Zeri pick. Who is their second pick? I do enjoy this bot lane. Very different from the previous bot lane. Testicles should be talking about what their support pick is here, but we want to see who they prioritize in their first round picks. It'll be Zeri Lulu. Zeri Lulu versus Xayah in the bot lane. It does seem to be a very good combination. Lulu powering up the Zeri going fast and bang bang.
I mean, Lulu's just irritating. So, I mean, like you can't say that I'm wrong.
I mean,
she's
you're definitely
when she
right.
polymorphs you, it's like, you know what, like just leave me alone. But you know what? What role do you play actually?
I do main the jungle role, but I do I'm secretly a Phil main. Don't tell nobody.
Oh, I love it. I go
So-
Phil in normal games, but I'm an 80 carry main. I've been an 80 carry main for
then you can
since the
personally
start.
you can personally regale us on all the disastrous tales of Lulu in the bot lane.
Yeah, it normally ends with jungle death. I think that's what they call it.
Of course. So Argonauts picking Jace and finishing off with a Senna. So it's gonna be Xayah Senna bot lane. Quite the interesting
Oh
mix.
no.
and Testicles finishing off theirs with Malphite. It's going to be interesting. Zaya Senna, they opted to Senna over the Rakan. It's looking like they didn't want to suffer the Lulu wrath was trying to go in and she just polymorphs you. So instead of going in, they're just trying to poke over the wave here. Testicles and Argonauts banning off Silas and Wukong. Argonauts denying Testicles the ability to follow up with the Malphite engage. Who are we seeing here, Loki? That Testicles should prioritize uh, in their comp.
Mm, You know who? Oh, they did ban these. I would say since they picked Malphite, Nasus is off the table. Um, I would have liked to see either a Warwick ban or a yeah, it's a Warwick ban, but I don't know where Malphite's going.
That's very true. Malphite can go top or mid. Testicles rounding off their second round bans with Silas and a Gragas. Argonauts responding with a Wukong and a Maokai. I was thinking Maokai would have been a very good pick. There would not be damage on the top side, but it would have been enough to kind of make the Argonauts top laner back off or respect the engage here.
So there is
Testicle.
a shared jungler between the two, which I
Oh,
want to say is Viego. And
Testicles.
they just locked in Lux.
Testicles picking Lux for their mid lane. They're not scared. Diana getting picked up potentially for the jungle, but she could also go mid if you are old enough. If you are older than 25, then you were there before Diana became a jungler. She was a mid assassin, very
She
scary.
was a mid, yes. I actually, like, when I first started playing, she was in the mid lane. But I started taking her into the jungle when I would play, and she's actually very terrifying in the jungle.
Absolutely.
You get that Gnasher's Tooth and Jack show on her, and poof.
I'm not a big fan of these jungle mages going tank items. Is just as bad as when Yi would pick up Sunfire Ages and just hack you down with
Oh my
AoE
god, yes.
with,
Oh
with
my
with
god.
dots. Argonauts picking their top laner Ornn, not really caring who goes top. Ornn is just I'm gonna be here and be beefy and beef up my team over the course of the game. Testicles do get a counter. Who are they going to pick to respond to the mid and the jungle or the top lane? They round out with a ram as
Oh
they're
my
huntering
gosh.
it and they lock it in. Testicles versus Argonauts. This is going to be a very interesting game, Loki. Completely different styles. Completely different styles from the previous game. Um, let's go,
Yeah.
let's go ahead and start walking through these one-on-one lanes here. Starting with the top lane, Malphite versus the Ornn. I feel as if Ornn versus any tank whatsoever is not going to be a good time for them.
I mean, yeah. I think I have to agree with you. I mean, also, once the Ornn upgrades are rolling out, Testicles is going to have a hard time with that aspect, especially when they start upgrading. Now, I know Tactical Baptism Senna is probably one of the best Sennas that I've seen. Um, so that's a little bit scary that he was given that one.
Absolutely. Going to the mid lane is going to be again the Jace versus the Lux. This looks a little scary if the Jace is consistent with the playstyle from last game. What do you think, Loki?
I mean, as a Lux player, she has the potential if she can land her skill shots. Because all of her abilities are on like a stupid cooldown. So if she can catch Jace outright, then she can win. But it's landing your cues and following up with the E's, the alts, all of it. So if she can land her skill shots, then she's good. If not, then she's gonna have a hard time. And again, it's gonna come down to vision in the both of those river bushes.
I can completely agree. One additional comment to what you were saying is that Lux does have to respect the engaged distance that Jace have. If she's able to space properly, Jace will have to go out of his way to engage, thus making himself vulnerable to any follow-up engages from the jungler, or like you said, even any of the skills. If she's able to predict where he's gonna come in, she can land her skills on him, and he's gonna uh, create a kind of a mind game for the Jace. Like, should I go in here and will she catch me? Going to the bot lane now, Loki. Xayah Senna versus Azeri Lulu. In my understanding, this lane is going to be kind of not as interactive as any other bot lane because all of the combatants in the bot lane are ranged. So it's all about who steps up to do whatever to take whatever damage. What do you think, Loki?
I think Zeri would have the potential to win lane early. However, there's the other half of the lane, which is the Senna, because both of both the Argonauts bot laners have what's the roots. You have the Xayah alt, the Senna. I think it's her E. I cannot remember what it is. I believe
Her
it's her
W. Yeah.
W. That one. Yes. I guess it's just gonna be who plays the lane better. I don't think that either one, both of them, have the potential to be irritating
That's
equally.
very true. I believe Argonauts may have the upper hand, like you were pointing out. Xayah does have the opportunity to set up the Senna. Actually, if Xayah lands a root with her feathers recall, the Senna can layer her W on top of that, or she can follow up with a Q auto attack uh,
Yeah.
on top, and she's able. They both have the potential to lay down heavy damage on whoever they catch. So they do have the ability to layer CC on top of each other, plus do additional damage on with that. And lastly, Loki, the junglers. We have Diana versus Rammus. I feel like here Rammus is daring the Diana to go attack speed. What do you think?
I was really hoping that they were gonna go attack speed. I mean, if not for anything but for the last. Jim, you'll have to tell us in the background what your top max speed on Rammus was. 1500, yeah, damn, or attack speed. Like, I think he went zooming from base to like their Nexus turret.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
I mean, if Testicles is looking to have fun, which I know this group, they were literally just a bunch of random people that came together and were like, you know what, hey, we're gonna play, and we're gonna have fun. That's all we're here for. So
I mean, to see a
props
Rammus
to
in a
them.
competitive game is very brave of them. Uh,
Oh
so
yeah.
so far, if the Rammus is able to do his job, he should have the advantage in the early game to lay down the CC proper for his team to follow up on. But there's on the flip side that Diana can out jungle the Rammus. Her clear is a little bit faster, plus her engaged distance is fast and it hits hard. So if anybody's not respecting the Diana ganks, not laying down vision, they could get chunked out and not be able to step up in the lane anymore. So we should be able to see who comes out on top, Loki. Testicles versus the Argonauts. Prediction overall with both comps.
Um,
What do you think?
I'm gonna give Testicles the benefit of the doubt to bring it back game number 2.
Wow, that is brave. You're gonna have to step it up with a comment or defense here. What makes you say that?
Because I put my channel points on Argonauts.
Definitely.
I have what is called the caster curse. Jim tells me to stop voting because anytime I vote for a team, they lose. So I just voted for Argonauts.
Alrighty. I do believe testicles do have the potential to, bring a challenge in this game. They do have a decent comp, a very good engaged CC from the Malphite and the Rammus, and Lux Zeri with very hard hitting follow up damage. Hopefully the Lulu is quick on her with her polymorph in case the Diana or the Ornn ever decides to go in, deny that damage for a
Yeah.
little bit, and Testicles is able to deny that. However, Loki, with that being said, we're gonna take a quick break here to allow the
Yeah.
game to catch up. Uh, Go ahead and close us out, Loki, until we see them after.
All right, we will see you guys in just a few for game number 2.
See you then.
Try your luck and take a chance. Get for the risks in this moment. Take my hand, then break my heart. I'll never walk this road again. Stumbling steps grow to a dance where things change forever. There's no regrets, only the past. Will I change? Never. So swing me around, take me down. You won't break me, I'm too strong. Keep saying it wrong, I'll play along, but I will never be a victim. So swing me around, take me down. You won't break me, I'm too strong. Keep saying it wrong, I'll play along, but I will never be a victim. Never be a We barely know, you hurt, I grow, I rock, you roll, we steal the show. I lock, you load, we lose control. I won't be held responsible. Run to the hills, leave love behind. Let's lose all concepts of time. I'll take yours and make it mine. Loving me, myself, and I. So swing me around, take me down. You won't break me, I'm too strong. Keep saying it wrong, I'll play along, but I will never be a victim. So swing me around, take me down. You won't break me, I'm too strong. Keep saying it wrong, I'll play along, but I will never be a victim.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Troll Picks Only Esports Week 7. Argonauts versus Testicles. Loki, will we have a game? That's the question. Will we have a game?
We will. I believe. A caster cursed it. We have to. I
Absolutely.
cannot believe that they let the Jace through again.
Hopefully, Lux is the answer. Both teams opting to do a 5-point stack in the map, making sure no one is coming across. The support abandoning her post in the towards the bot lane to hang out with the mid laners. So right now they have no one to guard the river entrance into the Raptors. So if testicles are brave, they could walk in to see what's up, and no one will be there to stop them. But so far, not so good. They are respecting the fact that someone could be there. And right now, the junglers doing a standard start. Both junglers starting on the bot lane. Now,
I feel like this is something that we normally see, is like all the junglers starting bot side.
that is true. Sometimes they just on autopilot, not trying to do anything unique beyond what we're familiar with. And the Jace just absolutely disrespecting the Lux. Lux already at 30% health. Jace only trading about 30% of his health to be at 60% right now. He's just not giving a crap about the mid laner whatsoever. That
No,
is unfortunate.
he's kind of like, you know what, I did this last game, now I'm gonna do it again this game.
So far, not so good. The top laners, again, two meatballs just going at each other. The Senna is just poking down the ADC, but unfortunately, she's not able to chew through the shields. Loki is looking like, unfortunately, the Argonauts bot laners are going to hit level 2 first.
Yeah.
The top laners are going at each other a little by little. Ooh, the unfortunately the Ornn is able to get a little bit of damage on the turret, but at a cost of 50% of his health. Argonauts trying their hardest to maintain their aggression with the whoa back and forth they go. Senna trying to put down damage, but she's just getting poked down more and more, going all the way down to about 20 to 30% of health, having to utilize her pots to go in, to recover and to kind of catch up. We have Zaunite on the Rammus instead of a flash going ignite. Who do you think that is for, Loki?
I don't know. Like the Flash Ignite, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not a loss here.
I mean, it could be the opportunity just to lay down extra damage on top of the damage that his team is doing. The Malphite, while John is doing the same thing, TP Ignite. I think he's trying to do a Camille cosplay as Malphite, but the Ornn does not care, just laying down damage. And the Jace nearly taking out the Lux, but the Lux is able to save herself with the binding, having to flash out. And in this case, she does have to back off. But the bot lane's just going back and forth. And by back and forth, I mean testicles are just poking out Argonauts.
Yeah.
Both the Senna and the Xayah extremely low. It's feeling like
I half expected that with the
Lux is doing
Lulu.
her job, but here comes the Rammus.
Ooh.
The Malphite dropping his ignite, and the Ornn has just having nowhere to go, and first blood goes over to the Malphite. It seems to be a mirror image of what happened last game. One of the meatballs getting a first blood, and they were just snowballing from there. So we could see a Malphite carry this game. What do you think, Loki?
I think that I like that the Rammus is up top. That was something that Hugh needed.
Absolutely. Fulfilling the top dream of giving the top laner a gank. The Senna and the Zeri going at each other's throats. They're trying their hardest to stay in this lane, Loki. The Argonauts don't want to have to back. They're trying to maintain their dominance, but they keep getting poked down by the Zeri and the Lulu with the Rammus waiting in the wings.
Oh
this
my
back and
gosh.
forth fighting is just finally coming to an end.
Oh no.
Both bot laners having to flash. The Rammus is able to push them out, but they're able to stay in. The Diana is having a good counter engage, taking the Zeri's flash and ghost, and taking the Lulu's exhaust, and down goes the Lulu. The second kill going over to the Diana. So we have the testicles trying to be aggressive, but unfortunately they are punished by a gank by Red Eagle, Loki.
I think that the gank from Rammus was not as effective. It looks like he was going towards them, but they kind of just like sidestepped him. So there was kind of like a failed gank in a way, and then like they just got too separated.
I'd like to say that the Rammus did a decent job in the beginning, but they overstayed in the engage. And right now, Argonauts are rewarding themselves with a dragon and a kill. The Lulu was trying to see what was up, but instead of seeing what was up, she just gave up her life. The Rammus is able to respond with a Diana kill. The Rammus is trying to chase down the Jace, but the Jace is just able to change forms and run out. So currently, Argonauts is able to leave with a kill and a dragon, but Testicles were able to follow up with a decent kill. So far the game is looking about a decent even. But
Yeah.
we have the oh my goodness,
Uh,
we have the Orn going in with an ult and an engage, but thankfully the Malphite was able to ult out of it instead of getting knocked up. So an ult trade, but Malphite on the losing end, having no HP or mana. Uh, Loki, like you said, this is definitely a bloodbath between two teams.
yeah.
I'm getting no breaks here trying to catch this
No,
game.
no, you don't give. We don't get breaks here at TPO. Like we are just like constant. But I do have to say, like the Lux is doing a great job of farming against the Jace. That was like so aggressive last game.
Absolutely, the Ram is saying, "Hey,
Oh
how
my
you doing? I'm
gosh.
coming back for seconds." Ram is almost catching out the Senna, but the Senna is getting caught off from her ADC. Senna going all by her lonesome. Zeri chasing her down, but instead they forgot all about the Xayah. Xayah is poking out from the back from behind, but Xayah cannot follow up because there is a minion wave there. And now the Senna is giving the Zeri a run for her money, but finally goes down. Zeri finally getting her first kill. That was finally a decent gank from the side
Yeah.
of Testicles. Ram is finally doing his job of being a scary armadillo, but Xayah does not care that her support just died and is single-handedly pushing back the Zeri and the Lulu. This is a brave Argonauts team, Loki.
Yeah, very brave. uh, but yeah, if you thought that you were gonna be able to breathe this game, you're very mistaken.
Thankfully, I have my cup of water here to keep me hydrated.
Right? Um.
The score
So
now.
the
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say the difference in top lane from having Hugh on Scion versus Malphite is big.
Oh, absolutely. That you do notice that that the Scion is not able to have as much as kill pressure on a meatball, but Malphite thankfully having a good gank to start him off, so he should be a lot more comfortable. Whoa, the Zeri getting caught out by the Blades recall, the Feathers recall. The Zeri not respecting her placement at all, having to back now all the way up her bot lane. And then we have two spicy meatballs just hitting each other down, but instead of a spicy meatball, we have an armadillo to follow up. We have a big engage from the Malphite and the CC later onto the Rammus, and down goes the Orm for the second time. Second kill definitely going to the Malphite. Malphite is going to become humongous in this top lane. The Orn was now going to have to respect the engage from the Rammus. The Rammus doing a very good job of balancing out these engages. Excuse me, these fights between the laners and tipping the scales in his favor. And now the Diana's dropping the high road in the bottom lane. Whoa! There was a flash from the Diana trying to get right on top of the Zeri, but the Zeri just walks out. That is unfortunate. A flash for just Zeri to walk out is unfortunate, but they're able to take down first turret in the bot lane.
Yeah.
And
I mean, at least they got it. They were able to get Herald before I was able to hit tier 2.
Absolutely. Diana is trying to counter jungler, but the Lulu is like, hey, how you doing, buddy? The response from the Lux is humongous, but unfortunately she gets caught out from the Jace, but thankfully a flash from the Lulu stays the Jace, and in goes the Rammus onto Diana, but Diana is able to pick off the Lux in the back. And Diana thought she was going to have a fadeaway kill. You know, badasses don't look at explosions, but instead goes down. And another kill goes to the Rammus.
That was a good fight right there, though.
Well, absolutely, absolutely. It seemed that they were able to help each other out very well. The Lulu doing an amazing job with the flash and the ult.
Yeah. Sully Man is a whole level down from Hugh up in top lane.
That is unfortunate.
There's no teleport for Malphite.
So right now, Malphite at a disadvantage. Ornn with a teleport. So if Argonauts decided to go for an objective, they can do it as they are right now. They're looking to start the Earth Drake. Malphite will have to decide whether or not he wants to push or be ready to walk down in case the Ornn does go TP. However, the Malphite does have the option to stop the Ornn if he goes in. Right now, Diana is soloing the dragon. Uh, both teams playing the hokey pokey in the on the red side blue buff jungle, but so far they are opting to back off, and this is going to be Argonaut's second dragon.
Oof. They need to not give up Drakes, that's for sure. Like, they don't want to give them soul again.
Absolutely. Testicles need to be at these drakes a lot sooner than they are now. Probably, 30 to 45 seconds prior to spawning to get that vision control. Because right now, Argonauts are doing an amazing job of finally pushing their vision into the red side jungle. And with the bot lane now down, Tactical Baptism and Galaxy Fox are in the mid lane doing the normal rotation and now allowing the Xayah to continue to farm safely in the mid lane, with the Jace going down to the bot lane to split push. Loki, right now I'm seeing a bit of a trend here. Testicles did have a bit of a advantage here and there, but so far Argonauts are just responding appropriately in the early game and getting the advantages. What do you think?
I think that they need to. I don't know.
We have the Rammus following up. The Xayah gets caught, but has to burn her ult to get out of safety. There was a potential for a fight, but the Xayah are able to get out. Testicles deciding not to go back in. I mean, this is unfortunate. They had a potential for an engage, but they decided to back off instead.
I feel like they're not taking a whole lot of fights. Like, they're giving up too much. Like, they're giving up mid turret plates. They were giving up top turret plates.
Rammus trying for attempt number 2, went for the setup but gets blocked up. Instead goes for the Jace. Jace thought he could blow up his first victim, whoever walks into the bush, but instead he gets blown up himself. Kill going straight over to the Rammus. Rammus is going to be a big beefy boy. Zeri having to walk away. Xayah trying to poke her down, but Rammus comes right back to taunt her. The Xayah flashes out to safety. Is she able to go away? No, she does. The ignite goes down and a flash comes from Zeri, but Xayah goes away. Whoa, the Diana with a big humongous ult and out laying her ult on top. Will she be able to get this one? No, just not. Unfortunately, Diana goes down instead. It looked amazing in the meantime, but unfortunately, Diana had to was the one to go down instead. Whoa, Loki! Whoa! Back-to-back fights. However, Testicles finally able to get back in a kill lead, but unfortunately, still down 2k gold.
They're still down. It's less gold than it has been, but that was a good play from, like, a good team fight, especially with the Diana ult, with the Lulu ult on top of Rammus, kind of like steal that Diana's fate. And
Absolutely.
Is Diana really gonna go the Hextech proto belt?
It's looking like Diana is opting to go full AP. She wants to make sure that her Moonlight Falls, Moonlight Fall ult does humongous damage when she goes in, but she has to be able to burn through the Rammus or past the Rammus. The Testicles team starting Herald, but the Ornn is trying to get in the middle, trying to take down the Malphite. The Malphite ults, but dies mid-ult. Instead of picking up the kill, the Rammus is trying to stay in, but instead it gets taken way low. The Xayah is chasing down the Testicles team, takes down the Zeri, and the Lulu has to flash over the wall, and the Rammus has to go all the way out. Argonauts pushing out Testicles from the Herald and picking it up themselves. The jungler picking up the Herald crest. That was absolutely wild. Testicles were squarely in the lead, of sorts. getting the Herald, but instead gets just get pushed back. They basically set up Herald to be picked up by the Argonauts, and now we have the top laner accompanying the Herald to take down the first turret. I'm assuming he's gonna push it all the way to the second turret. He does not care if the team. If the Testicles team rotates onto them, but the Malphite is able to stop it. Now there's okay, good. The Ornn is able to get out before the Testicles team responds. Loki, this is going absolutely crazy.
Yeah,
So far,
they need to fight for this dragon though.
so far, thankfully, Testicles are able to get to the to the river first before the dragon spawns, but their vision is no further than the river itself, so they don't know what's behind the wall or on the other side. We do have a TP coming in from the Malphite. Right now, both teams are dancing around the dragon, but instead of dancing, Ramus says, screw this, let's go in and start to dance already. Goes in onto the back line. Malphite follows up with an ult. The Diana's in the back trying to take down the Lulu, but instead the front is trying to take down slowly. Both tanks get taken out, and by specifically the jungler goes down. The Ornn going in onto the mid laner. Mid laner tries to escape on the blast plant. Will she be able to escape? She flashes. Ornn ults, but only hits the Zeri. Lux going all the way back. The Jace is trying to go in. He's trying to see if he can get a pick with an EQ, but sees no one. And now Argonauts are squarely in the lead so far, taking their third dragon of the game.
Yep, this is gonna go right over to them because, I mean, even with no jungler, they didn't even back off a little bit.
Absolutely, the Malphite and the Rammus were going way too deep in the team fight and not sticking close to their team. The Diana was able to get the Lux very low, so Testicles were all over the place, split apart, very they were split apart humongously, is what I can say to that.
Yes, very true.
So Loki, question again: how is Testicles are going to get back into this game?
Objective control. It's like what I've seen. The biggest struggle is objective control here. They have their ideas to set up for it, but they can't. They don't get the picks in time. And Argonauts is just able to steamroll right over them.
Absolutely. Testicles not respecting the fact that they have to go in and set up the objectives beforehand. They're not the support not going in to clear out wards. The jungler not there to lay down the pink wards to ensure that they have vision denial, to be able to pay attention and know where Argonauts are. But instead of doing what they have to do to set up for objectives, they're playing a Russian roulette type deal. They're hoping that things will go their way, but unfortunately so far they are failing in that regard. Even though they're both 9 kills, Argonauts have 3 towers down and are ahead 6k gold. Loki, so far not so good. Do you think Testicles still have a fighting chance?
I do. I believe that it's not over until, like you said, until the Nexus falls.
That's right. It's not over till the Nexus falls.
So now I'm gonna quote you on that one.
20 minutes in, 18 kills total. Both teams are trying their best to control vision in the jungle. Specifically, they're trying to control vision around the Baron.
Yeah, they're gonna want to go for Baron.
We have Bovine Basher doing his job, pushing in the bot lane, creating pressure so they have room to do Baron, as he should. Very good job on that. Lux and the Zeri being the only individuals who are capable of clearing the waves quickly. The Lux TPing halfway in the base to the bot lane. That is a humongous cooldown.
Yeah.
The Lux now have to decide where she wants to be. Does she want to be in the bot lane clearing, or does she want to be... Oh, the Malphite engages off of the damage. The Zeri going right on top of the Senna, but the Senna is able to get out with a flash. Senna follows up with an ult, but the Diana follows up with her own ult on top. down goes the tanks once again. The ult from Ornn going right on top of the Zeri, and boom, bam, bam, Argonauts in an explosive team fight takes down half of Testicles, Lux, and Lulu, the only ones up, and Argonauts go straight to the Baron.
Yep.
Holy crap, Loki.
Mm-hmm. They can technically, I mean, they can't Baron and end, but like they can Baron and get a lot of towers because they gave up a lot. I think Lux should have saved that teleport.
That's true, because Lux burnt that important cooldown. The Argonauts team were very comfortable with engaging and going to Baron, knowing full well that the Lux could not respond. And that is why that you have to make a very conscious decision to utilize your TP.
Yeah.
Because utilizing those cooldowns mean that you have to decide whether or not you can go in. If you burn these type of cooldowns, most likely you're going to have to give up on responding to very important plays. And
Oh, absolutely.
Right now, Argonauts are 3 kills over Testicles and have pushed themselves about 8k over the red side. And right now they're just marching down mid and bot lane. Loki, do you think that the Testicles team is able to hold the line? Because so far maybe, but again, Argonauts might be able to do another explosive engage, just like right now.
Oh my gosh.
Rammus catches the Jace. The Jace getting blown up by the Lux, but he has to flash out. Can he run? He's running into his best. And right now, the Rammus is trying to chase it down, but the Malphite is all by his lonesome, engages on top of 3 people, but no damage to follow up. The Diana is trying to fight against the Malphite, and she ults on top, but gets taken out by the Malphite instead. But the Malphite gets taken out by the Ornn. Holy moly! And right now we have the Testicles teams trying to get out. Thankfully, they're able to walk out, but as a cost, they're giving up the mid lane. The Xayah and the Senna pushing down the lane. The Ram is just trying to show face, but instead of going around, he goes straight in front of him. Oh, that's a big mistake. And now Ornn is taking out 3 people by himself. He tries to catch the Zeri. The Zeri tries to flash and still gets her with the ult. So now they're all going back. The Lux almost taking out the Xayah with her ult. But the ult, but the Senna's able to keep her a bit healthy, and they're able to take out their first inhibitor in the mid lane. Ladies and gentlemen, the gates have been broken. And all Argonauts have to do is find a way to end the game. And the Testicles team having to find some sort of plan to keep it together. Because currently, right now, Argonauts has Ocean Soul.
Yep. And Ornn currently has 2 people, or no, only 1 person upgraded.
Oh my goodness, that is true. We do have the Xayah with the Worm Killer, and the Ornn with I think it's like Living Parasite. Is that Magic Wizard? Is that what it's called?
It is the Unspoken Parasite.
The Unspoken Parasite. Gotcha.
Yes.
So Ornn currently pushing his ADC and himself beyond late game. They're going super late game. And Testicles, all they can do is trying to ward up their jungle and maintain some sort of resource gathering.
They need to get items.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, Argonauts are pushing very hard and very fast. The bot lane turret going down really quick. The Rammus should not have been the one responding, but now the Testicles team are just all over the place. They don't know who goes where currently. Loki, holy moly. This game might be done in the next 5 minutes because the Argonauts team have decided to go bot lane to push this in. The Jace is top lane with TP up to split pushing. And whoa, the Malphite is responding with a TP. Will the Rammus and the Malphite be able to respond? They forgot that Jace can run super fast. The Rammus and the Malphite may have not made the right decision. And right now, Argonauts are way deep in the bot lane. Lux catching out the Xayah.
Yeah, I don't think that this was what they wanted.
Absolutely not. This could be anyone's game, but right now it's Argonauts in the driver's seat, pushing back Testicles into their own base. This is absolutely bonkers. They're both going at each other. The Zeri having the pop. Nope, not yet. The orange just laying down an ult on top of the entire Testicles team. Diana following up with her own
Oh
ult.
my gosh.
Jaya ulting on top of that, and Senna. This is a wombo combo bombo of a team. Right now, both teams are absolutely going back and forth, boxing each other to end the game. But Testicles holding on really well. Lux flashing
Oh
forward
my
to take
God.
down the Senna, but the Jace is trying to follow up, and currently the Malphite is sacrificing his life to take down the Jace, and Lux getting a second kill. However, the Ornn is still living. I guess he was trying to walk
Oh
out,
my
and
God.
then decides to go back in. The Ornn is trying to turn onto the Lux, onto the Lulu, but the Lulu and the Lux and the Rammus are taking turns keeping
Oh
him
my God.
keeping him in place with CC. And finally, Raid Boss down.
How did
down.
they kill them?
The
Holy
Test-
crap.
The Testicles team holding on by a hair's breadth. All towers down, all inhibitors down, no turrets on the Nexus. And as we say, ladies and gentlemen, the game's not over till the Nexus falls, but gosh darn it, it is hella close.
It is hanging on by a thread. Literally. Like, if they leave base, they win because of Winions.
That is very true. But right now, Argonauts have a great opportunity to get the Baron right now. They have no need to be anywhere near the Testicles base. You know, all they have to do is get Baron, get a member in each lane, and push in Baroned up super minions, and that should be sufficient enough. But it's looking like Argonauts want to be one big family and stay together. So the top lane will be where everyone is located. The minions getting pushed in. Testicles trying their best to keep the base nice and cleared. But so far, every lane will spawn 2 super minions at a time. And the Ornn goes right onto the Malphite just to let him know, hey, buddy, why don't you go back in your base? And the Rammus prepping is engaged right now. Lux ulting on top. Lux's ult is very short, but the Diana decides to go in, sees an opportunity. The Senna layers her ult on top of it with the Ornn following up right now, and even the Xayah following up, but the Jace goes right into the backline, destroys 1, destroys 2, 3, and 4, and all that's left is Lux, and down goes the Nexus. Game 2 going in favor of Argonauts. Argonauts going 2-0 against Testicles. My God, Loki.
That was one hell of a game, I gotta say. I mean, I do have to hand it to Testicles for coming in here as just like a group of like random, people that just wanted to play versus Argonauts who have been like a well-formed team for a couple splits now. So, I mean, well played by both teams, really.
Absolutely. Testicles, even though they've lost both games, gave Argonauts a run for their money, ensuring that every time Argonauts go in for a play or an objective take, Testicles were there to respond and going blow for blow to make sure that Argonauts absolutely earned whatever it is they're trying to
Yes.
take from the Testicles team. So congratulations to both team, specifically Argonauts going 2-0. Loki, now we got to talk about it. MVP of the games. Who do we say was the one that led the Argonauts team to victory?
You know what? I'm gonna have to say for me it would be a toss up between top lane or support.
I can completely understand. But you can only pick one, Loki. You gotta give
I
it to
know.
somebody.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Senna on this one. As much as like there was so many like everyone made an impact somewhere on the map, Senna with like the roots and healing and all that she brings to the table. I think that Mike did a great job.
Absolutely. Tactical Baptism doing an amazing job in both game on the Blitzcrank and the Senna, being the playmaker and the excuse me, the healer for the team. So congratulations, Tactical Baptism. I'm not one to argue with Loki Bear. You are the MVP for these two games, so congratulations. So Loki, tell me what's next.
What is next? Well, tomorrow we have games. We have two games
Absolutely.
tomorrow.
Who we're expecting to see to play tomorrow?
So tomorrow is, if I'm not mistaken, where are my tickets? Yes, it's no, it's TPO MAS versus TPO Cheesers.
Oh, all
And
right.
then we have Chocolate Thunder versus Wildcats. And I know Jim, I called it Cheesers and they're Cheeser, but Magus gave me permission.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have two games happening tomorrow. Please don't miss them. They're gonna be just as bangers as this one. Um,
Ooh, we do
any fi-
have an MVP.
oh, we do.
Oh God, no,
Is this where we get to interview the MVP?
we do. No, no. Dr. Pokemon Basher, of course, of all people. You, I
Ladies
knew
and
you were gonna
gentlemen,
come on and do that shit.
You knew
ladies
it
and
was happening.
I
ladies and
did.
gentlemen, Bovine Basher joins us as the lead of Argonauts. Bovine Basher, I have to ask, what is the secret sauce to these victories?
Better drafting and our coach helping us out a lot because we struggled with that a lot in the first weeks. We've gotten way more dynamic with everyone being able to pick different stuff and really just like forcing them to, pick in an order that gives us an advantage, no matter which side we're on.
Absolutely. You guys trended towards making sure that your priority picks are always at ADC in the mid. You did a very good job on the Jace. Did you believe you were comfortable with whatever picks Testicles could have done and just pick Jace against it?
I don't think regardless of what they had banned in either game, I was gonna be uncomfortable on what I played. I just have too many picks. But the
That's called overconfidence.
it's not overconfidence if it works out. But the J specifically is one of those I've always enjoyed playing. It's very much a bully, and I think I burnt B Sweet's Flash level 1 in both games. So
Oh, absolutely. You were very aggressive level one, making sure your opponent was either half health or without a flash. So very good job on that. Any questions for him, Loki?
Oh, of course, I have tons. So what made you choose Jace both games in a row? Because I thought you had a rule you don't play two champs in the same game series.
oh
Oh, interesting.
that goes
Or
out
is
the
that
window.
that went out the window?
That's never been true because Victor was a thing last year, and I think we go back to the charity tournament. I think I played Victor 4 games in a row, and even the season before, I
Sure.
played it anytime.
Because I know
But
that you like I have a big up champ pool that I don't have to play the same champ
that's
every
that's a
game.
normals. That's a normals with you.
Oh, okay, whatever. I hate
But
you.
specifically, the Jace is it's very blindable into both lanes. I know Suleiman's a new face for a lot of people, but
Yeah.
he has a pretty wide top lane champion pool, so we can share a lot of the picks. So being able to pick flexibly is really one of the things that's also helped our draft as well.
No, you guys played very well. So congrats on. I think this now puts you at the top.
Well, depending on if Cheezers, uh, shout outs to my boy Cheezers.
Oh God.
Magus, I think you need to solo kill everyone in top. Take the gangplank and just run it
Oh
through them
my
because
gosh.
Mass with now that they've lost Baby Cod, they're overrated. They have no chance.
Well, I do have
You're
two more
talking a
questions.
whole lot of smack.
I do have two more questions for you, Mr. Bovine Basher. First question is, in your team, who do you think performed at the level that needed to ensure you guys' victory?
It's Benton. Ben Benton definitely got the lanes ahead that needed to be ahead. I think we controlled every single objective in both games. I don't think, well, no, I think we gave up maybe one dragon, if that.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So just the objective control overall that we had and the lane priorities that we had, I think if you're going to give it to anyone, it's Benton's objective control. And then, maybe Eli Suleiman on top, really holding it down on his own, even in the second game where he's getting attacked by the Ramos a lot.
Absolutely. Both lane, both the jungler and the top laner took ignite, so they wanted to make sure the kill was secured no matter what. Last question. This is the final week before playoffs, so tell me, what team are you looking forward to playing, or what team are you paying attention to in these coming playoffs?
It's Mass. It has to be Mass because I think they're the one that, minus our own struggles because we're a different team than we were week one when we played them. I think we've got more confident, or we've got more deserved confidence now because we were very overconfident in week one, and it really showed in the way we played, the way we drafted. So I think I'm looking forward to maybe showing Kobe that he shouldn't have left Argonauts.
Oh,
Oh,
oh, big oof.
the
That's beautiful,
the
man.
we broke up. Now I'm gonna show you what you're missing out on technique. I love it.
Yes.
Oh
I
my
still I still
god.
love I still love you, Kobe. You can come back anytime.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, Bovine Basher, for joining us. Any final words for the audience? I'm assuming you're gonna hit him with the moo.
Moo.
Oh my god.
Nah, shout outs to the whole team. Yeah, these last 2 weeks we played really well. We've shout outs to Teddy, our coach, for helping us really with a lot of these drafts and helping us like really see drafts in a different way, different philosophy, and Eli for stepping in for Doc MF. Doc MF had some stuff going on, so thank you to Doc MF as well for all the time he spent playing with us. Really enjoyed all of it.
Awesome. Thank
Uh,
you for we're happy to have you, Mr. Basher.
Bash that bovine in first game.
Oh god.
Teach them to disrespect by picking Alistair.
Yep, that is your Alistair. All right, well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, Bovine. I appreciate you as always. And we are going to wrap it up here.
Ladies and gentlemen, like Loki said, we do have 2 games tomorrow, so please return to us, and we'll give you guys a good show. This is Quetzalcoatl signing off, and
Loki.
we'll see you guys tomorrow.
See ya.